Hello and welcome to a brand new series of Football Manager 2020. We are going to be in charge of Conference North, or Vanarama North if you want to be sponsorship compliant, I guess. Vanarama North side at Southport. Now, the reason why I'm going to be Southport, it's a little bit of a long and slightly confusing one. I love to do lower league saves. That's kind of where I get the fun out of Football Manager. Last season I did USL Dunkirk. There was literally no connection between me and the North of France team, but we did it anyway. The season before that we did, I think, Paul Town, which is basically my local football club to where I live. We got sacked very quickly. So I've kind of decided I'm going to go completely the opposite direction. We're going to go as far north as we can realistically get away with. I've picked Southport because Southport is in Merseyside, and everyone talks about the big Merseyside teams. You've got Liverpool, you've got Everton, there's a few other littler ones as well nearby. Southport, arguably one of the smaller teams up in that part of the world. They are also a team that are very close to the teams like Liverpool, Everton, Manchester is nearby. Also Preston, it's not a massive club, but it's a club that we can potentially get some loanees from. That's another reason why I wanted to be them. And another reason is because I've actually been there. I've been to Southport. It's a long way for me to travel, but I've been up there a few times now in my life, so I kind of feel like I know it. I don't know it at all, but, you know, it's, like I said, it's a weird, long, confusing reason why I want to be Southport, but that's what we're going with. Now, I don't usually show all of my setup of my saves, but we're going to do it for this one anyway. I'm going to keep all these leagues on, but we're going to have them just as playable. Also, because Wales isn't very far away, we're going to have the Welsh League on. We're also going to have the Scottish League on. But once again, they're just going to be view only. And for my custom setup, what I normally have is basically players from top division clubs in every single continent. To be honest, I don't think we're going to need it, but we're going to have it on anyway. So for building our manager, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tick the boxes. So suggest badge for Southport for both coaching badge and past playing experience. Actually, you know what? I'm a Sunday League footballer. We'll make ourselves slightly worse, which is a stupid thing to do, but we're going to do it anyway. I'm going to stick with default. I'm not going to change any of these. As time goes on, in theory, we're going to get better as a manager anyway, so hopefully these will also improve. Southport hire Pearce then. Southport have today confirmed the appointment of Stuart Pearce as their new manager. Eyebrows have been raised in the world of football. The appointment of the 33-year-old, who has recently spent time away from football. He is sure to face plenty of questions when he faces the media for the first time at Hague Avenue. So I've only got a one-year deal, but everyone has a one-year deal, £775 a week. Little bit of history then about Southport. We are 1 star. We are expected to finish 7th. We don't have a director of football. That will change because I do like having a director of football. I don't know why. Hague Avenue, the stadium. It's a big stadium, I think, for this level of football. 6,000 capacity. I think it's got 1,300 seats, something along those lines. So it's a decent sized stadium. We've got basic training, youth, and various other facilities, youth recruitment as well. So I think we've got a nice, solid club. Another big reason why I wanted to be Southport. They're professional. They're a professional side in the Conference North. There are not many teams who are professional in the Conference North and South. Southport are one of the few. I'll be perfectly honest with you, I don't know much about the players currently at the club. I do know of one player that they have, and he's not even in that starting 11, so we'll come back to him when we eventually have a look at the players that we've got. Club vision, so play attack and football, that's good because that's what I'm good at. I'm not good at playing defending football. We might score 5 goals but concede 4. Work within the wage budget as everyone wants us to. Top half finish and then reach the first and second round of the FA Cup and the FA Trophy. That should be possible. I'm guessing we have to go through some qualifying rounds for that. Right, we have arrived then in the northwest of England in charge of Southport. Now, a little bit of information about this save. What I'm going to be hopefully doing, I'm not committing to this, hopefully it's going to be a Monday to Friday. 5:30 every Monday through to Friday will be an episode. You might get a double upload day where you'll get a bonus video at 8 PM on that day. I'll normally tell you. So if you're kind of thinking, oh, I wonder if there's one turning up at 8 PM. If I didn't say at 5:30, there isn't one at 8 PM and you have to wait till tomorrow. We're going to be doing just the one match per episode, so they should be nice, short, quick videos, probably sort of 10 to 15 minutes, maybe even less than 10 minutes, depending on how badly we do in those matches. This episode isn't quite over yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spend a little bit of time away from camera, getting to know the team, getting to know the tactics, trying to find some players, this, that, and the other. And then when I return in a few seconds for you guys, in a few hours for me probably, you'll see the team that we have built. I do have 2 formations in mind with our squad. This will most likely be our main formation, and I'm picking it because I've done some testing before with some other Conference North and South sides, and it does really well at this level of football. It's also done alright for me at Newcastle against some of the lesser sides, so this is going to be my primary formation, and if you're watching the Newcastle save, you'll recognise this one as well. This is going to be my secondary formation. Hold on, I need to change a couple of things. There we go, that's going to be our secondary formation. I'm probably going to tweak a few things as time goes on, stuff like that, just to, make it slightly easier. For this level of football, giving everyone really complicated tactics to do, probably not the best plan. Right, I'm going to be back in a few seconds for you, and I will hopefully have done some transfers, gone through my entire squad, worked out who's good, bad and indifferent, and then we are ready for the next episode where we'll be jumping straight into the first game of the season, which is going to be against Alfreton. I don't know if they're any good. I have no idea if any of these teams are any good. Okay, we are back. We're on the 30th of July. Pre-season is pretty much done. We have Alfreton in just 4 days' time. That, as I mentioned, will be in the next episode. We've got a lot of transfer business to go through, and obviously I haven't really introduced you to any of the players either, so we kind of need to just go through our squad as a whole, I think. Just so you're aware, this is the transfer business that we've done. From there down, we didn't sign Albison, Wood, Elliot Richards or Jack Doyle. We also didn't sell any of those. So, squad-wise, this is it. This is everything we've got, including our reserves and under-18s. It's a very small squad. There are obviously going to be some players here who probably shouldn't be here. We've got only 2 goalkeepers. I am trying to bring in a third. He's not quite here yet. I'm hoping he will sign before the Alfreton game. Our main goalkeeper is actually going to be Dan Hanford. 3-star current ability, 3-star potential. He's a natural sweeper keeper. We play sweeper keepers. I think he's quite good. Our other goalkeeper is Charlie Albison, a player who was just signed in real life from Blackburn. He's young, which is on his side, but he's only 2-star current ability. He does have 4-star potential, so maybe he might become our number 1 goalkeeper later on in the season. So defender-wise, we are very narrow. We don't have any natural wing-backs at all. And I've brought in a lot of central defenders. We have kind of got a few players who can play on the wings. Nathan Baxter, new signing, I say wings, in the fullback positions. New signing, formerly of Everton and Vitesse. He is a right back, with a left foot. That's why I said left back. He's not going to be playing as a right back. He's more of a central defender. Dean Winnard will probably be one of our right backs. He is a no-nonsense fullback. He is natural as a fullback. We play wing backs on attack. So he's not perfect at it. He might do a reasonable job also. He's one of our eldest players, 29 years of age. In the left-back position, we have got Gideon Adu-Prepper. I have signed him, formerly Manchester City and Newcastle. I've signed him, and he's good. He is one of our best players, 3.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. He is a wing-back as well. He's not an amazing wing-back, but he's better than quite a lot of other players. Also, for lower league football, you need to be good physically. 11s and 12s, for the most of his physical stats, is actually pretty good. We've also got a couple of loan players in. From Accrington is Regan Ogle, who is an Australian left-back apparently. He's more likely going to be a central defender. Actually, if I'm perfectly honest, he's more likely to get sent back. Oh, I can do that now. Yeah, because I don't think I'm going to play him. I've brought a lot of central defenders in. I don't think he's good enough to be a central defender for us, even though he's one of our best players. He's technically our best centre-back. Really? I mean, we've got more than 3 central defenders. The other loanee is Zen Mohammed, also on loan from Accrington. Again, another player who I don't know whether he's going to play a huge amount of football for us. He's got 3-star current ability, loads of potential. I will more likely treat him as a central defender. Once again, we play ball-playing defenders. He's all right. There's nothing special about him. He's not really a wing-back because he doesn't have the pace. So, yeah, I don't really know whether we're going to get a lot of use out of him. Plus, if we send him back, which we can do, we'll save ourselves £200 a month, which we are over our wage budget by about £1,000. Yeah, we're sending them back, both of them. We're sending both of the loanees back. Well, that's going to save us £400. Other players who've joined the club then, we've signed Michael Parker. Michael Parker? It might be Michael, just a weird, there's no A, there's an apostrophe in there. Formerly of Millwall, Liverpool and Arsenal, so he's been around a little bit. I think he's good. He's only 20 years old, 3-star current ability, 5-star potential. He should do a job for us at this level of football. Much like Yannick Aziakunu, possibly, who is a Togolese central defender. He's got some good technical stats. Heading, marking is actually very good. Tackling, not the best. Physically, he's also pretty good. Strength of 4 is a bit of a worry, but he's probably my third choice central defender, maybe even fourth. Obviously, that's not all the central defenders and all the defenders that we have, but those are the ones we're going to highlight. Moving on then to midfielders. The best midfielder we have in our squad is David Morgan, a Northern Irish former under-21 international, 25 years of age now, 4-star current ability. He's obviously not going to get any better. He's alright. I mean, he's 4-star, which I think might be a little bit too high, but then again, we don't really have a huge amount of central midfielders. Marcus Wood is another central midfielder who's just joined the club in real life, I believe, formerly of Bradford Park Avenue, and Bolton, and Man City. 3.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. I don't think he's amazing, but if that's what we've got to work with, that's what we've got to work with. The window is still open, so there is still the opportunity to possibly pick up another central midfielder or two as well. We've also got 27-year-old English midfielder Russell Benjamin, who's just signed from Warrington. He's got 3-star current ability and 3-star potential. Decent, I'd say. He's well-rounded. I haven't changed the colours of stats, so if he's got yellows is actually quite good. He's got a lot of high greys or whites, I don't know. So he's got a lot of 9s and 10s as well, 8s, 9s and 10s. So I think he's reasonable. He's, we're in the Conference North. I'm not expecting to find like a Messi in here. Moving on to the wingers that we're going to be playing. New signing Devonte Arancibia has signed from Norwich, or formerly of Norwich. I think he is good. He's got really good physical stats, 13 acceleration, 12 pace, 11 stamina, natural fitness as well, 14. Everything else is 8s, 9s and 10s. He's got 9 crossing, 10 dribbling, 9 first touch, 10 long shots, 10 passing, 10 technique, 9 composure, 8 off the ball, 8 vision, 9 work rate. You'll notice I missed out his decisions. Not the best. He has gone from Norwich to Southport. Probably wasn't the best decision for him anyway. Another player on loan this time is Kieran Glynn, who is on loan from Salford. He is reasonable. He's not getting paid a huge amount, £190 a week, 3.5-star current ability. Again, we'll be playing inverted wingers, so that's kind of what he'll be doing. Think he'll do a reasonable job. He will probably be the backup to the guy we just mentioned, and I can't remember his name. Arancibia. Arancibia is a long, confusing name, but we will get there. On the opposite flank, we kind of struggle a little bit. We've got Bradley Bowres, who's 23 years old. Not a natural inverted winger at all, but again, he's got lots of 8s, 9s and 10s, so he might do a reasonable job. And we've also got Morgan Homson-Smith, 2-star current ability, 4.5-star potential. Again, lots of 8s, 9s and 10s, so we're probably going to hope our focus is mainly down the right-hand side. Moving on to the strikers then. I say strikers, actually, we've got one more person. Devran Green. He's a right-sided winger. He will be the backup to Arancibia. He's probably not going to play a huge amount, but he is, physically, he's real good. He's got lots of 6s and 7s. He needs to get better technically. Strikers. This is where we're going to be scoring some goals. We have got our main striker. And I say main striker, even though he's only third on the list, he's going to be scoring goals for fun. It is Raul Correa. Formerly of Mossley and Radcliffe and Barrow and York and Guiseley and Blackpool and Radcliffe and Chorley. He's been around quite a lot in the northwest of England. 24 years old, Portuguese. I'm hoping he's just going to score goals for fun. In pre-season, he's played 8 games, scored 9 goals. 2 of them were penalties. But he's scoring goals for fun in pre-season. I'm hoping he can continue that on into the actual main season. 3-star current ability, 4-star potential. I'm hoping to see a lot from Raul. Our best striker in terms of star rating is George Newell, 22 years of age. He is a deep-lying forward, 3.5-star current ability, 4.5-star potential. Again, much like Raul Correa, I'm hoping to see a lot from him. He's most likely going to be playing as a pressing forward. Correa will be the advanced forward on the left-hand side. I'm hoping they can have a nice little partnership. He's scored 5 goals, got 3 assists in 8 starts in pre-season. Another striker as well is Jack Sampson, 26 years of age. Probably not going to see a huge amount from Jack. And it's not really his fault. He's just the third choice out of 2 strikers. So, yeah, Jack, he's alright. I might try and sell him. He's on a lot of money. And finally, it is Irish striker Kius Metz. 2-star current ability, 5-star potential. Now, I know he's not great, but the thing is, as a pressing forward, all we really need him to do is the running bit. He's not very... His stamina's low, isn't it? His strength is low. But I'm hoping that we can bring him on for the last 10 minutes of a game as a pressing forward, and he just gets in the way. That's kind of my hopes and expectations here. So yeah, that is our transfer business. I think I've gone through all of our new signings. I don't think I've missed any one of those. We do, as I have said, do have a goalkeeper hopefully coming in. It is this man, Brad Watkins, who is formerly of Aston Villa. I think I had him on trial. I might have had him on trial. If I didn't, I should have got him on trial, but I think he's actually better than our number one goalkeeper, which is why we want to get Brad Watkins in. And then we can do a little reshuffle around of our 3 goalkeepers to work out who's best. Maybe send one of them out on loan. Now, as we've done the majority of our transfer business, we can take a look at the season preview. And we have now moved up to second place in terms of the expectations. We were originally 7th, I think it was. We're now second place. I'm assuming we've done some good business. We've strengthened our side. Looking at the Media Dream 11, there isn't a single Southport player in there, which is a bit of a concern. They reckon our 2-star players are going to be David Morgan, the central midfielder, and Gideon Adu-Prepper, the left-back, which I'm okay with that. I mean, to be honest, I'm not sure what else you'd expect from us at the moment. We've not played a single match of football. That is going to do it for this initial episode. Next episode, we are going to be playing Alfreton, who find themselves now currently 15th place prediction. I just realised I haven't done this, have I? That's what they recommend. That's their Dream 11, the projected lineup. Although it says preferred formation is a 5-3-2. Sure. Key player is Aaron Sibia. Hot prospect is Nathan Baxter. Average squad age as well is only 22. Anyway, as I was saying, Alfreton, that's our opponents in the next episode. That will be taking place later on today. It'll be an 8 PM episode, if I'm not mistaken. So that will do it then. Thank you very much for joining me on this first episode with Southport FC. Please tell me, what players do you think I've got in my squad that will make a difference? Where do you think I need to improve? Because there's definitely bad places in my squad. I'm thinking possibly right fullback is a position we might need to try and look at improving. Maybe even central midfield. If you did enjoy this episode, do remember to leave a like. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button, and I'll be back later on with episode 2 with Southport.